Oh, look at the face on you. I know you don't want to be here. I know it's too soon to be in England. You don't like driving on this side of the road. I know you've got issues with it. I know you've got problems. But this is just the way it's got to be for now, I'm afraid.
What sort of a road trip is one that we go back home? What's all that about, Ben?
Yes, well, we can't have our own way. Sometimes road trip leads to places you don't want to go.
Yeah, well, where could we have possibly gone other than here?
We could have been in Scotland. I don't know why you're moaning.
That would have been better than here, wouldn't it? Anywhere but England.
You in the comment section like that. I mean, get a grip, okay? We won't be here for long.
Well,
they've got a beach. Go to the beach, maybe. Do something productive.
Hopefully it's nudist.
Oh.
Folks, and welcome back to another episode of Road Trip. Now, since we last met, we've played a few games, but before we get into today's fixtures and today's games and today's transfers, as we're in a transfer window, I just want to talk about the fact we're in England. Some people aren't best pleased that we're in England. They're disappointed that we've come to England. And I figured the best thing to do was to explain how we've ended up in England, why we've ended up in England, and whether actually I wanted to be in England. So to answer that first question, did I want to be in England? Yes, but not this early. This is a matter of circumstance rather than a matter of I want to be in England, and I'll show you why. So the first thing to show you as an example is Morecambe as a whole. Morecambe are a 1.5 reputation starred club. That is about the level that, despite all we've achieved and the cups we won in Ireland, that we are at. So when it comes to the job centre and the available jobs, you can forget about any job over 2-star, really. And some of the 2-star clubs, for example, there's one here, I don't even know whether it's Poland, we could have gone to. Maybe 2-star was like the absolute maximum. And then you look at sort of the 1.5-star teams, and you'll see that England was probably the best bet to try and go to one of these other clubs and force our way up. I feel like is a step down from even Shelburne. So it wouldn't have made sense to go to any of these teams. Like, we could have gone to the Vanarama National, but again, that would be in England. Hercules in the Spanish second division, 2.5-star, probably wouldn't even got to. I think that's almost like the third division even. My point is there are lots of teams that I applied for. I applied for loads of 2-star, 2.5-star, quite a few 1.5-star reputation clubs, and couldn't get into any of them. It was just a matter of, this is our standing right now, and this was the best available club. It just so happens that England have so many professional, semi-professional leagues that these job offers come more frequently than most, and to get a League 2 club at all was a bit of a miracle. To go from the Irish Premier Division to League 2 isn't a step many people seem to make, but it to me felt like quite a natural step. Now, we won't be here forever. This isn't now we're in England until the end. If a good job comes up abroad, I will be gone in a shot. Like, we're trying to go up the divisions, up the reputation ladder as quickly as possible. I genuinely think with this Morecambe side, we can have one good season, maybe a promotion push, and then maybe a promotion. And that, suddenly, we go for these 2-star, 2.5-star jobs just based off that sort of season or that sort of experience alone. And that's the intention with this save. It wasn't, let's go to England and kill the save for some people. It was, this is obviously, to me, this is the most natural club to go to after a spell in Ireland. And then maybe we head off to, I don't know, to Holland, to France, to Germany, maybe back to Spain. There's loads of options for us there. So I wanted to make that clear, that this wasn't a matter of, I want to go to England. This is where we have to go for a little bit. And we might come back to England again in the future, but for now, this is the most logical place for me to be. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Give it about 2 weeks, I might be sacked. So hopefully that explained things for you. Now, on to today's episode, and since we last met, things have gone, I dare say, bloody well. Last game then was the 0-0 against Oldham, a little bit underwhelming. Since then, 2 wins and a draw, so 7 points from the 5 games that we've played, some of which were against better opposition. We actually played Carlisle, and if you look at the league table here, Carlisle, where are they now? Up in 3rd place. We were close. We were 1-0 up for ages till the 70th minute. We then went 2-1 up. Lewis Walters got the goal, and then this own goal from it's our goalkeeper. So you can see how this has happened. Ball's whipped in. Just a shame, isn't it? Just a big shame. So we sadly didn't win. They ended up getting a goal 2 minutes later to make it 3-2. And what I thought was going to be another win turned into defeat. A good 2-2 against Barnet. And that leaves us today then against Shrewsbury and Luton Town. We currently sit 20th in the division. Luton a little bit further ahead, as are, where are we here? Shrewsbury in 14th. We're climbing a little bit though. We took over when they were in 22nd, we're up to 20th, and we're not too far off some of the teams above us. I think a late promotion push isn't impossible. It's Pretty hard though. Also, we're in a transfer window, so I've brought in a couple of players as well as moved a player on. John Hogg, the loanee from Brighton, has gone back to Brighton. Although he looks like he's improving everywhere now, and that is kind of irritating to look at because that wasn't the case when I let him go. We've brought in two strikers that now play for us. We'll start with Raul. Probably not how you say it, but if you watch the Leicester save I did during the beta, you'll know he was there and on a free transfer, hasn't played for a little bit. We've got him in, 1 game, 1 goal. What more can you ask for? So Uchi has joined me, as well as, and this is very exciting for me, Geraint Selleck, I think that's how you'd say it. Similar to Hogg, I'll say that much. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, 19-year-old Welshman. If you watch the Salford story, you'll know I love a young Welshman. The Salford story wasn't a documentary, by the way. It was a Football Manager save, before that sounds really bizarre. Pacey, finisher, plays short, simple passes, curls the ball, 5'10". He's basically your perfect striker. Decent off the ball, composure's good, determination, decision-making, 12s, 15s, 11s across the board. All these sort of brighter greens, even gold, brighter greens in the position you want. And also you'll note that a few people are having trouble seeing this. I've changed back to the dark skin as it's now not giving me any jip. So financially, we've got a bit of a bother. We've got 100,000 to spend, but with 25,000 overall balance, I'm a little bit concerned about spending it. But this looks so far so good. Let's, though, go into some games today. We've got Shrewsbury and Luton, and we'll kick things off running through the team for the Shrewsbury game. So we're at home, excited, thinking things can probably go well. Chambers will be in goal for this one, then Wakefield, Edwards, Adams and Winnard at the back. Harry Noon in the centre of the midfield, with Headley on the right-hand side and Kenyon on the left-hand side. Ty, this is said, Connor Ty. The reason I know that is because Connor Ty, tweeted me, telling me that's not how I say it. So, sorry, Connor. I'm sticking with Tiger, to the extent, Connor, that I'm changing your name solely to Tiger. I just think it's better. Looks a bit like Tigger. It could be Tigger, because Tigger's not on the footing. No, we'll leave that. Curtis Main and Lewis Walters are going to start for me up top. Vose, Selleck, lots of options off the bench, as well as Uchi as well. Struggling for a little bit of fitness, though, as they played in the last game. Right, let's fly in to the first one. Shrewsbury, the opposition, finally getting into a game, thank goodness. They're playing a 4-3-3 formation. And a lot of instructions. Our assistant seems very capable at this club. I'll give him that. And we've been on a decent little run. Drew our last game, won a couple. I mean, so far so good at our new club. I'm hoping today we get ourselves another win or some more points will do. Corner played in, first chance of the game. I should say Noon in the midfield is magnificent. As Curtis Main, Tiger with a ball in. It's a beautiful ball in. And Curtis Main with a lovely finish. Well done to him. 1-0, 3 minutes gone. We take an early lead. Loving it. Loving it. Let's take a look at it in 3 dimensions then. As Tiger on this right-hand side whips a ball in. I would say that's whipped. Curtis Main then on the volley. Great finish. Off the bar. Oh, cannons it off the bar. The ultras behind the goal looking menacing as we take a 1-0 lead. Tiger, he's off the mark with the assists already. See what a name change does for people. They become absolute gods. Okay, we're sticking with the diamond as they're going to have probably quite a few chances from wide areas. We're going to have to be aware of that as they try and build something. They're obviously going to use their width to their advantage. If we win the ball back here, though, we could pounce, create a counter-attack. So I think they're still working it quite nicely. Oh, we've won it back, though. Noon into Main. If you could play it through to Walters, he has done. Walters, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Beanie with their good save. Do you remember Beanie Babies? Those little cuddly toys. Yeah, 2000 was good, wasn't it? The year 2000. Some of you won't know what Beanie Babies are, which is crazy. It's like you don't know what dial-up internet is. That annoys me as well. All right, they're coming forward to Shrewsbury. Shot on goal. Well wide. Not a concern. Early stages here. We've looked good possession-wise. Very good. I've come into the club. I've tried to make a stamp down on let's keep the ball. Let's work it. You saw from that episode last time out. Look here. We're going to keep the ball. You're good at doing it. You're 6th best in the league. We'll try and keep that philosophy as we go forward. As another good save comes in from the goalkeeper. I will say as well, by the way, I said last episode there would be a weekend upload. I just wasn't very well, so I'm really sorry. That was all it was. I feel sick to my stomach now. Rob Vincent, 42nd minute. The corner came in. We'll look at it in 3 dimensions. I'm annoyed as the ball is whipped in. It's the front post header to the back post. We're undone by it. I mean, it's quite difficult to mark, to be fair. And 1-1. Disappointing. This could be another one of those games which we feel like we dominate and don't actually win. Right, I am happy with the performance so far, though, and I'm happy to tell them that as well. You weren't that bad, but I believe you've got more. So despite them playing well, I'm going to encourage them to produce a little bit more. Just a little bit. A little bit more. Of course, the first job is to survive relegation, and then the playoff push comes shortly after that, I would imagine, as Headley into Tiger, through towards Curtis Main, cleared though, and now Duckworth with quite a brilliant ball to Lee, who has just missed the post. Blimey. I mean, that delivery out from the back there was a bit nonsense, wasn't it? A bit too good for this division. Now, Lewis Walters isn't having the best game, so I think it's time for Geraint Selleck to come on and cause mayhem. Come on, Mr. Selleck. Walters on a 6.4. He's not really doing anything. 20 minutes to go. Can we nab one? As Leon Wakefield charges into the back if they're number 31. He stays on the pitch, but I'm concerned about the free kick. That suggests this is what the highlight's going to be all about, as the free kick's whipped in towards the back post, cleared just. Curtis Main gets there, and actually, looks like we're going to clear this. Okay, Tiger, he's on it. Where's he going to go? Inside towards Headley. If you can find another ball forward. I mean, we're struggling here. That's get him off. Oh, that's the Cypriot that was at Salford with me. I couldn't say his name then. I won't try and say it now. But he's charged through the back of my... Get him off, ref. I mean, it was a savage tackle. Yellow card. Right. Another free kick. Kenyon, ball in. Edwards. Down to Winard. He's not going to shoot from there, is he? I mean, just let's not lose it. Edwards again. Into Headley. Tiger. Shot maybe. Selleck! Oh, yes! Geraint Selleck with the goal. Scenes. Absolute scenes. Not a bad way to introduce himself. I couldn't agree more. As Tiger, second assist of the game, plays it into Selleck, who right-footed, palmed, I was going to say, almost passes it into the corner of the net. 2-1. I mean, do we start to go defensive? Do we become Italian? I think we just carry on as we are. I've made the one change. I could maybe take Kenyon off, but the time's ticked down, and this first game here is looking very good. End the game, referee. That's that then. Morecambe 2, Shrewsbury 1. And we get ourselves another win against a side that we have to be beating if we're trying to rise up this league, which I think we're more than capable of doing. And that puts us on 29 points. We're closing in. Right, on to the next one. Luton, 5th place. Much more difficult. Let's see how we get on. Now, of course, if any... we've been awarded 7,000. Morecambe have been awarded 7,000 due to giving a first competitive league debut to Geraint Selleck in the League 2 match against Shrewsbury Town. Why? What? Why? I don't know why. Now, the big news coming into this game is that our loanee from Bournemouth, Ofabora, I think that's how you'd say it, he's back. He's finally fit to play matches again. He played a large part in the first half of Morecambe's season, but ever since I came in has been injured. Now, I'm not sure I'll start him today, but the idea is that one day he plays in the defensive midfield role and Noon moves slightly further forward. We either drop one of Kenyon and Headley, but I think it will make us stronger overall. I'm quite excited to have him back. I'll try and give him some game time today. Now, the one change we're going to make, and I'll share this with you, is that Selleck's going to start ahead of Walters today, despite Walters being our top goal scorer. You've got to put in the goal scoring man, right? And with Ulchi nearly back, ready, fit again, I'm actually going to play him too. So 2 starts, 2 new strikers up front. The new strike force of Ulchi and Selleck. Now, if it's not Saducci, just realise that's why I'm saying it. I think it's Uch, just Uch maybe. I was taught this 3 months ago. I've forgotten. Regardless of what's happening, we're going into the game. Luton, then the opposition, 5th place. Now, last time we played a team up in this dizzy heights, Carlisle, we actually saw earlier, we took them pretty close, but didn't get the win. They're playing a 4-4-2 today. Gary Madine up front. He's solid, decent player. Next to him as well, JJ Hooper, another player that I'm familiar with. Both of them, pacey, strong strikers. I'm concerned. I think we'll be fine, but I am concerned. I've told them I'm expecting them to win, which is probably a mistake considering Luton are in 5th. We are not in 5th. Right, into the games we go then. We're shooting from left to right to begin. Luton in the orange. We're in the sort of the navy red colours, as we are the away team today. We don't get to wear our famous red. Now, the question is, will we dominate the possession away from home? So far, I'm looking at the stats there, we are doing 70% after 20 minutes. We've had 86% pass completion. It's looking very good. We're going to be that side in this division. Now, can we convert that possession and that amount of the ball into goals? As Selleck goes through, the kind of chance you really want him to be finishing, but a good start from us in the first 20 minutes. We've got a corner as well. We'll stick with this quickly. Noon then, ball in, and it looks like it's going to be cleared. Edwards all the way back to Wakefield, and I can't suspect anything will happen from here on. What is going to happen is Luton are going to be through on goal. I mean, I don't want to say the game's bollocks, but the game's bollocks, isn't it? That's 20 minutes, they've done nothing. Ball play through, he's on it like a flash, and he's just first chance they've really had, first shot on target. Right, well, I'm not going to get disheartened. Our philosophy remains the same. We're still playing good football. We've had loads of the ball. Just can we convert that into goals? Now, we don't have work ball into box. With the type of strikers we're playing, I'm actually going to switch that for the second half and see if that makes any difference. So at half-time, we've gone in 1-0 down. We're going to come out, hopefully firing. Our possession's really good. Our pass completion's really good. But that's not great unless we turn it into goals, really. So what we'll do is we'll also go attacking for the second half. Of course, shouldn't forget, Luton are a much better side than us. They're up there in 4th. We are down in 20th for a reason, I assume. But it's the sort of game where there's going to be there's a late freak. They've scored a second. Oh, that's really quite upsetting. I feel like I've just been banged and not really had a response or a comeback. I probably could have made changes. The time went like that. We were in the 50th minute. Then the game was over. I was going to bring on thingy as well, wasn't I? What a disaster. Do you know what? I'm not. Now, the assistant tells me to tell the team it's disappointing. We were unlucky out there. That's why I'm going to tell them that, because that's genuinely what I believe. We've dominated possession. We're playing a certain style. We're trying to adapt to that style. It's not going to happen in 6 games, but I'm actually pleased that we're playing to the style that I'm trying to instill here. 81% pass completion, 637 passes in League 2, might I add. 63% possession. We're playing a better side. They've been more clinical. They've scored more goals. That is why we're down here at the moment. Bit of a shame. But all in all, I'm actually going to take positives from a defeat for a change. Should have made changes though. That's kind of on me. I will say the League 2 pass completion, Harry Noon has gone to the top of the list. I assume that's because of recent weeks. Just get a pass completion. Alex Kenyon and Harry Noon, both up there, as well as my former, interestingly, the former Salford guy who plays for Shrewsbury we saw last game. I wonder if we'll get any more up there before the season ends. Or if maybe we should be going for one of these guys to bring into our side. Something to think about as we go then into the next run of fixtures. I will see you again relatively soon. I think towards the end of the window, middle of February probably, we'll bring you a couple of games. We'll try and pick out the teams that are close to us in the league table. And I'll see you again soon then. If you enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like. We're still getting to know this Morecambe side, and I'm enjoying this so far. So if you did enjoy the video, do leave a like. We'll aim for 1,000. Why not? And I'll see you again tomorrow at 5 PM for another episode of Road Trip. We love with care from its Bingen. So next time, I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye. Turn into Bruce Forsyth at the end there. Unlikely.